All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Sip the Tally Family. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and today we're doing something a little different. I'm going to tell you how I think the Ravens should go about this off-season venture, and I hope that you guys would kind of call in those that can and tell me how you think the Ravens should go about the off-season venture. Once you do that, if you choose to do so, I'll kind of play devil's advocate, throw a few questions out there, whether I believe it or not, just to see how you kind of pivot off of it, and just let you guys kind of be EDC for the moment. Again, I'll give you I wrote down how I would go about it, and I'll talk about that in a second, and we'll go from there. I appreciate everybody for coming back. So, Brandon, points wise, you won the January/February numbers wise, but I still didn't pick a winner yet because we still even with combining the 2 months, we only had 4 people to hit the number. So that's what we had. I still got to pick a winner, but points wise, you had the most points by far. But even with combining January and February together, we still only had 4 people to hit that magic number. So I'll pick that soon, and we'll go from there. But let's shout out whoever is here so far that has commented, and then we'll get started. Pinellas dropped in, and he put how he would fix it, and I'll talk about that in a second. Pay the Bills jumped in, Bazel, who I just talked about for a minute. Jada6, Black Daniels, and Marcus. I appreciate you guys. The phone line is open. The number and access code will be popping frequently throughout the chat box, so it's going through the chat box. So I thank you for that. If you want to donate to the show, the pin link is up there. You can also do it via Super Chat too. So if you want to participate those kind of ways, I appreciate it if you do that. And so let's kind of get started. I'll start with Pinellas since he put his in first. He says let me see if I can click it, because he might have did it too early before I got my thing up here where I can click it at. Yeah, I got to read his because he did it too early. He says, re-sign Dalvin and draft a rookie running back. With Keaton, that should save us some money, but the only top running backs I go after is Josh Jacobs. And he also said definitely got to attack O-line, DB, and wide receiver. All right, that's his. So this is what I would do. And then once I do, hopefully somebody will be called in by the end, and we can kind of talk about that. Because I'm going to talk about mine briefly, but I really did this because I wanted to hear you guys' ideas and go from there. So this is what we got. So for me, this is what I would do. Matter BK is the first order of business. So obviously he has been franchise tagged. And with that puts a big issue with the cap. But this is what I would have done. I would have tried to extend him for, give him a real contract that balances out the money and not makes it be so much, at one point of time. Like with the franchise tag, he's up for, if I'm not mistaken, right around 21 million, somewhere between 21 and 22 million. And that's a huge cap hit. So I would have extended, or not extended, but tried to get him signed like a real contract and not let him be on the franchise tag. This is where kicker comes in at. If I had not got him signed, I would not have franchise tagged him. Would not. Because even with that being said, franchise tagging him, there's no guarantee that you're going to have a deal done by the 13th, which is 6 days away. That's when free agency starts. I think you can start talking to free agents Sunday or Monday, but free agency actually starts on the 13th, which is next Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. So even with us franchise tagging him, there's no guarantee that you're going to have a deal done by the start of free agency, which also handicaps you. Now, there are people out there saying that the Ravens are not broke because you can do X, Y, Z with restructures and yada, 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 boom, boom, boom. But until that's done, you can miss me with that bull. Now, it's possible to get done, yes. It is. It's very much possible. People hollering Lamar, people hollering this guy, people hollering that guy, and those are distinct possibilities. I know they are, but until they're done, because you see the Broncos cutting people, you see the Bills cutting people, you see other teams making moves. We haven't. And not saying that we won't. We just haven't done it yet. So this is not me bashing anybody. I'm just saying we haven't done it yet. And until we do, I'm going to temper my expectations. But back to the subject at hand. So I would have tried to get a contract done. And if not, he just would have walked on me. He just would have walked. Because, I mean, you signed Broderick. And is he Broderick Washington? He's way better. Is he Travis Jones? No, he's way better. Is he, who else we got in there? Michael Pierce? No, he's way better. But it just handicaps a lot of your team with him being on the tag. But that's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. Now, secondly, in free agency, if you extend him or if you let him walk, now you got some free agent wiggle room. So in free agency, I would have looked for free agent help at running back. And that comes from in the likes of Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard. Those would be the first set of guys I would kick the tires on and see if I can get them. Now there are some lower tier guys that would probably fit the bill. Like I forget the running back from Indianapolis Colts. He had a pretty good year while they were trying to figure out what they was gonna do with their star. Him. There's some lower tier guys out there that are okay, but those first 5 guys, those would be the guys I would shoot my shot at. So in a free agency game, I would look for help with those guys. If not, if we can't get them, then I would kick my tires on other guys. Secondly, in free agency, I would try to find some help on the edge. Because we don't know what we're going to get or if we can get. Well, when I say help on the edge, let me go back. When I say help on the edge, that could be re-signing Clowney, re-signing Van Noy, or trying to find it somewhere else. That's when I say help on the edge, I mean because Clowney and Van Noy, they were 1-year deals. So when I say help on the edge, it could be bringing those guys back or trying to go find somebody else. So I'm not excluding Clowney or Van Noy when I say help on the edge. All right, next, I would try to find some O-line help with that freed up cap space. So, and that could be guard. Oh, I would say guard mainly. Mainly guard or maybe backup tackle. A solid backup tackle. So, number 1, a contract for Matabike or let him walk. Number 2, free agency help at running back, edge, and O-line. Number 3, the draft. So, for me, draft needs. And no particular order when I say this, but I would try to get 2 young O-linemen. I would try to get 2 young O-linemen because the O-line class is tremendous. It's tremendous. I would try to get me a wide receiver and a young running back. Now, when I say no particular order, they better not draft no young running back early. The 2 O-linemen and the wide receiver are the precedent. They are the guys that need to be the priority, so to speak. I said precedent, but the priority. So the way I would do it if I was the GM, and I know it's easier said than done, would be to sign Matabike or let him walk. 2, with that money that you save from signing or letting him walk, go to your free agent pool and try to get help at running back, edge, or offensive line. And then in the draft, you're trying to get you 2 O-linemen, trying to get you a receiver, and a young running back. That's what we're trying to get. So that's how I would fix it. I'm not sure how you guys would fix it, but obviously it is what it is because so we'll just make this a short, man. I appreciate you guys for coming through, man. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. Peace and love. I'm out.